Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm doing good on this Tuesday night. I want to speak on something because just want to touch on something. Somebody said, somebody made a comment on one of my posts about the brother Kush Day. He was explaining about the harms of referring to yourself as black or Negro, colored, things of that nature. And then he used he came with, of course, to explain the Spanish side and the English side, of the word. Both words are words that our ancestors did not refer to themselves. If you go back to 1710, okay, 1725, our ancestors didn't refer to themselves as black, African American, Negro, colored, any of that, right? Didn't even call themselves Indian. This is something that people that came over here were referring to the people that they found as Indians and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But find out what Indian means and why. What all the Indios and Indian and all that. Because for real, and being Indian, based on what they said, is these are supposed to be the people that are without God, and that's definitely not us, because we the most godly people on this earth plane. But the thing, I believe I don't get upset because I know the level of the ignorance of my own people. This is one of the reasons why I felt as though I had to, do my part, to say my part, to try to help people and help myself. You know what I mean? Why do people wait till somebody they know says something for them to decide to make decide to want to have enough heart to say something? You know what I mean? I never had some of these people. No, I ain't had one person that approached me. He's a superstar, but we just disagree about things, and that's all good. But I mean, some of the others, like, man, you never heard these people never step up and speak up for nothing. Probably not even they self. You know what I mean? I never seen it. I never seen them. You know what I mean? Fight for nobody. Even in the neighborhood, none of that. Like, so why do people get courage when somebody they know is saying something, as opposed to like all the stuff that's going on in the world today? You always see these kids getting killed out in the street left and right. Oh, what we gonna do about these kids? They killing each other and this, that, and the third. But you don't say nothing to nobody. You don't never speak on that. You don't tell these. You don't step to the people in the music industry. You don't never mention nothing that, like, you listen to that music. You like it. You love it. You love all that killing talk and whole talk and all that. You love that stuff. You don't never speak on that stuff. You know what I mean? But when somebody that you know, that you feel more, you'll feel more comfortable. You'll feel more comfortable. You know what I mean? Trying to voice an opinion to somebody because you think it's safe to, it's safe in there. But no. Talk to some people. Go down to the court. Go down to City Hall. You know what I mean? Go down there. How come when Moors go to City Hall, them people down in City Hall, whatever in the city, but they respect it. The only time the people that give you trouble about it is your own people. And this is old news. It's the same thing when people was entering into Islam and becoming Muslim and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I can remember one of my homies got real mad at me. He said, "Man, nigga, is your mom Muslim? Is your dad Muslim?" All that kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? I already been through that way back on that turn. You know what I'm saying? So people is satisfied being ignorant. The brother who I posted, he came and he read from Black's Law Dictionary. So that's a 110% receipt for at least what he was talking about from the legal aspect of calling yourself Negro, calling yourself black, calling yourself African American. And it's receipts. I don't understand what is wrong with people when, and even like I got deep Islamic roots. So I understand and know the virtue of knowledge, and also coming with proofs and receipts. If you trying to refute somebody that's coming with something coming out of a law book, wouldn't it make sense for you to come with something, with your refutation from an equal or better law book. You know what I mean? But you want somebody, you want to get on the post and say this dude is tripping or bugging and he trying to lead people astray. But he come in with some what's the word? He putting in work, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? He in the books and he has the courage to speak up. Well, only these people, you only got the courage to speak up when you're talking to somebody who you know. You don't say that when you go down and talk to them people, or when the police roll up, or any of that stuff, man. You get scared when you get in front of them people. You only got courage when you're dealing with your own folks. But we know how that go. That's like two brothers in the house, three brothers in the house. They fight each other hard in the house. When they go outside, they get scared. You know what I mean? That kind of mentality. But you know, I do get upset because for real, I want good for everybody. I don't want people to be black no more. Because I understand that the word puts you in a bad place, you know what I mean, and it's magic connected to them words. All these code words, you know what I mean, it's magic connected to them. If niggas don't even got common sense, you know what I mean. But we know the word nigga, we use it, you know. Most words have more than one meaning, so we understand that. But you know what I mean, niggas. I mean ignorant people, because you got white niggas, Asian niggas, all that, right? You know what I mean? You know, niggas always wanna, just because they don't know something or they never heard something, they think it's not true. But you didn't know about Islam before somebody came and told it to you. You didn't know that eating the alkaline diet was better for you until somebody told you. All these different things, you know what I mean, that people didn't know prior, and then they learned, and they wasn't like, you know, whatever, raised up, enlightened or whatever. But one of the biggest points I'm trying to make is life is a journey of learning. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the same thing 5 years from now that you're doing now, then you really basically ain't been doing nothing for 5 years. If you're doing the same thing now that you was doing 10 years ago, and you thinking, you know what I mean, on the same wavelength, you know what I mean, of 10 years ago, you probably really ain't been doing nothing. You ain't been exercising nothing, really, for the last 10 years. You've just been recycling the same old mess. And maybe that's why you probably in the same state of mind and all that, because of that. But you know, it's always going to be upsetting when people act this way. You know what I mean? And you know, I would feel stupid if I say why. I know why. And a lot of it is based on fear. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, for years and years and years, and I was one of them, are stuck on this crowd mentality. You know, like, you know, this crowd, you know, the crowd mentality, you know. And even the Islam, mainstream Islam taught us, you know, that if you want the truth, then even if you by yourself, then be on the truth. The crowd is never going, because even back in the day, because I was being Muslim when it wasn't in style. And now you got all these niggas running around, you know, they being fly, all that different stuff, you know what I mean? It's easy to be Muslims. No. Yeah, back then, 30 years ago, it wasn't in style. It wasn't in style to be Muslim. It was a little bit, maybe a little, for real, it might have been a little bit dangerous. Your family front on you, all of this. The same thing like what's going on now, because, you know, I don't want to be black no more. You know what I'm saying? So you, of course, you know what niggas is saying. Who gave you permission not to be black? The same people that gave me permission to be Muslim back in the day, right? Okay. So it's all, if you're scared, then go somewhere else and be scared. Don't come to my post and start talking about, you know what I mean, somebody trying to mislead somebody, because I've been trying to lead people to the truth, you know what I mean, all my life. And the people in my neighborhood will tell you that. Regardless if they agree with what I'm doing now or whatever the case may be, I was the one of the ones in the hood who was screaming. You know what I mean? So like, why you coming to my post? And this is somebody who know me. Like, why? Why are you coming to my post? Go to somebody. Go step to somebody else about some real stuff, like on some that negativity that's really going. This is all positivity. Cause like I said, I'm a little more fluent now. Like I don't, you know, if you're not out here, if you out here trying to be positive and you ain't out here killing and all that, and you ain't all that carnal stuff and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, man, keep going good with, you know, do good with that. You know what I'm saying? Keep riding with it. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, you wrong for this and all that. I've been through that stage. Cause for real, some of us and some of y'all, it's so, I'm saying us because it's all us. You know what I mean? It's so messed up, man. You need to just leave people, if they doing good on something, man, just let them be that. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see how a person could look on that post and what that brother was talking about, especially a so-called black person. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word. He's trying to help people. He's trying to get people to have some type of legal standing, like to understand what they doing and what they saying, and how it pertains to law and all this. Like, you don't have no rights. Black people don't have no rights because black people are not a part of the human family. But people don't know that. And then you say, they go, oh, what you mean? You know what I mean? Black people, because there's no such thing as a black nation. Everybody on this earth plane is connected to a nation and a flag. You understand? So. And niggas don't even know. If you maybe open up, read a book, you'll realize that the so-called Stars and Stripes, the United States flag, is a corporate flag, and you being governed, you know, like being governed and all that stuff by like a military law. But you'll never know that if you don't open the book. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not just wake up. It's just a lot. Like. Forget waking up. Stop being dumb. You know what I mean? Stop being dumb. Stop trying to attack your own people for trying to help themselves and help the other people. You know what I'm saying? That's like a motherfucker say you in a fight and you know, okay, yeah, we fighting. But the boy he can't box that good, but he can wrestle. And you got a problem because he wrestling because you wanted him to box. He's still in the fight. He might win if you slam a dude on his head and get him out of there like that. What is wrong? I don't understand what's wrong with people, man. You know what I mean? But that's all part, you know what I mean? I already know about that, man. I've been doing this for years, for real. It's just doing it, it's talking about a different line of information. You know, it takes courage to try to be, you know, to try to be a little bit better and to try to help people, man. You know what I mean? Just because you're scared or you don't have the, you know, the courage to, before you come and say something, you go and investigate what's being said. You know, I just advise you to do that. Like, rethink what you talking about and what you're doing. And I don't need no apology or none of that. It ain't about all that. But stop talking about stuff that you don't know about, or you don't, if you can't trace it back, man, you trying to say something against somebody like that got a lot of learning under their belt. Got books stacked up, man. Dude got 1,000,001 videos on there. You can see that him and his brother, you know, I don't know if that's his brother, but sometimes he got a partner on there on the videos. Man, the brothers is studying, man. You know what I mean? They studying. So how is somebody that's not even like book smart or not even, don't even live that life, gonna try to come tell people to not pay attention to that and all that? Like, come on, man. Like, for real, like that don't make sense. You know what I mean? That don't make sense. But like I said, crowd mentality, you know, and really is the crowd mentality is with the other refuters that try to like approach and all that. But the other one he was talking, you know, he's just talking about oh, you know, Latinos call black people Moya and all that. It's a slang word. Come on, man, we know all that. Like, the issue, we ain't even talking about what Latinos call so-called black people. Anyway, that wasn't the issue of the video. The issue of the video was what the definition of the, you know, the term used to call, you know, black and Negro. That's what it was about. It wasn't about, you know, all that. And then he just said because the Negro, you know, from the Spanish aspect and all that. So that's all. That's the only thing that was about. And then I even commented on there. I said, well, you know, people who speak Spanish call so-called black people moreno. Moreno. So what was the whole point? Like you don't make, you know, didn't have nothing. He talking about he going to legal book Black's Law, and he talking about what the black thing mean and what the Negro thing mean. Didn't have nothing to do with misleading nobody. You can't. You should be in some type of book, Google something, whatever you're gonna do. To plus, I believe the brother uses the Google because most people don't have a Black's Law dictionary in their house. So you know, you point a person. Okay, you go to the modern day encyclopedia. You know what I mean? Google, right? So you know, people. You know, when you try to that energy, that negativity, it got you. It didn't get me. You know what I'm saying? I just really just wanted to speak on that. And you know, anybody, like you know, if somebody that's trying to pull people into the church and they trying to talk people into, you know, to that, they experience difficulty. You trying to call people to Islam, mainstream Islam, you know what I mean? You experience difficulties with that. The Moors, you know, like even though this is not just it's a national and spiritual movement, but actually you have Moors that follow, you know, all different kinds of religious discipline. So like being a Moor does not mean they just like you could be a Moor and be Muslim, you could be a Moor and be Christian, you could be a Moor and practice voodoo or whatever, you know what I mean? You could be a Moor, whatever. Like you can do all that, like and be a Moor because really it's a national thing. You know what I mean? People trying to, you know what I mean? You know, if you open a book and read a book and go somewhere and learn something, you would know that you and your people have been denationalized. You don't have no nationality until you reclaim it in court, right? But that's just a legal thing. You are who you are regardless. But, you know, from the legal aspect, you have been denationalized with the stroke of a pen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just, I hope I don't look upset on here, but because I was a little upset, you know. More folk come on my posts. Don't never post on none of my posts. Don't never comment on none of my posts. Now you want to decide whether it was a boxing post, and they don't never comment. Then all of a sudden today, and this is my young boy.